Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream reaction watch along to another fantastic gaming showcase here on youtube.com/Helix Plays Games. You're joining myself, Chris, alongside my man of many pixels, Mr. Richie.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Excitement's building, Richie. Geoff Keighley is here to host another Summer Game Fest. I always say games, it's Game Fest, Summer Game Fest. For, we don't know how long the show is, I think it's roughly reported to be around just short of 2 hours. Game announcements, trailers, reveals from all third-party studios, because of course this isn't platform tied. We don't really know what to expect. There's been a lot of rumours, Richie. We did not really predictions for this particular show, which is kind of why I'm a bit excited. We did Ubisoft, we've done Xbox, and this is kind of, I'm just happy to sit here and enjoy it with you, the lovely community out here. A couple of people in the chat already joined us. Thank you for tuning in. Crazy Bad Sedna, Jin, Kumna, good afternoon indeed. Reasonable time here in the UK, so we're not getting up early or staying up till ridiculous hours like the Game Awards. But thank you for tuning in. We're 2 minutes out. Before we do get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell so you kept in the loop with all of the great content we do here on the channel, like our weekly Xbox podcast, XPass, weekly PlayStation podcast, Talking the PS, and of course, this week, our second episode of our Amazon Luna podcast, Luna Listening, also went up, available now on YouTube and up there in the digital clouds on podcast services of your preference. Richie, 1 minute 36 to go. Chat, 1 minute 33 to go. Predictions. Drop some things in, what you'd like to see, what you're hoping to see. While Richie, we have about a minute to kind of think what we're expecting.
Right, first things, 3 things that we know going to hear from the description. Mortal Kombat 1, a new season of Fortnite called Fortnite Wild, and Alan Wake 2. They are confirmed. They in the description of the Game Awards stream.
That makes sense.
So just get them out there straight off the bat. Do you think? I think. Well, I would like to take this is, do you think we'll see anything that we saw at the PlayStation Showcase? Because there was a lot of third-party stuff there. And I could see a double dip.
I could as well. If we hadn't had the Last of Us news earlier in the week that we covered on Talking the PS, there is part of me which thought we might have seen Neil Druckmann again at some point. Pop up with his thing, because he was at last year's show, said he'd see us next summer, and then obviously Naughty Dog have since clarified that ain't the case. So I'm hoping to see, I'm hoping to see some double dips from PlayStation. It's hard to say because, like, what do we see from Xbox? Because their showcase is in a few days' time. So
yeah, I'm more likely to see a double dip from PlayStation than Xbox, unless it's third-party stuff. But I think we could see something like Final Fantasy 16 turn up here again.
Oh yeah, no surprise. Get that last
right
minute
in there. Let's really push this hard.
That last minute. This is a live show as well. So for the first time, anything from Nintendo, or do we think they're just going to do their own thing this summer?
We could. I think Nintendo prefer to do their own thing.
Yeah, that is the downside.
And maybe you might see something about like a crossover, like a TV show or something. Like, did I have anything like Metroid TV show or something coming up? Something along the lines. I don't think you see in a Nintendo first-party game announcement.
Absolutely not. Plenty of indie games though, hopefully. Plenty of new announcements is what I'm hoping for. But here we go, folks. Summer Game Fest with Geoff Keighley, live from the YouTube Theatre. I'll turn the volume up as well, folks.
Yeah.
And subtitles off.
In the chat, we have Jin Hood, we have Crazy Bad, we have Kumna, we have Don Grattan who's saying time for tequila shots. There's always time for tequila shots, although I don't particularly like tequila.
I have a Corona.
Yeah, I've got some Angelo Perotti. Crazy Bad saying Duke Nukem game.
I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah, for good reason.
I like the set. I like the Under the Sea vibes. Little Mermaid trailer.
Very summary. Very summary. You know what? I want to see him come out with swim shots.
He always wears some cool trainers.
And a ring.
A rubber ring.
A little bucket and spade.
We might see Pepe the King Prawn from the Muppets again.
2020 from a spare bedroom. I never imagined it would grow into this. Today, the video game industry has come together to show you what's next. This is a cross-industry showcase, meaning no matter where you play games, I hope you'll discover a new game to put on your wish list. The landscape of video game events has certainly changed over the past few years, but one thing hasn't. There are a lot of great games in development, and our singular goal today is to get you excited about the future. In just a few minutes,
I like that.
the first extended gameplay of Mortal Kombat.
Up the show audio a bit, Chris.
Sorry?
Jin saying the show audio's a bit low.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
The reveal of Fortnite's next season. And
That's just one of them things that we can't
do
really balance till
have
we actually go
a
live.
very special grand finale that you're not going to want to miss. All I'll say right
Either
now.
Kojima or Elden Ring
Let's get
DLC.
right to the games and gameplay.
I could see
The
Elden
first
Ring
reveal
DLC
is
here. I could also
something
see
you're not
Death Stranding
expecting,
2
which
being
makes
here.
it that
Yep,
much
same.
more exciting.
They both feel
Here we
very
go.
Geoff Keighley announcements.
Indeed they do. Indeed they do.
Prince of Persia 2D. Nah, it's Fortnite. Oh, Ubisoft. Look.
Our kingdom is cursed.
Oh, is this Jade? Jade? No.
The prince has
Or is it just
Jade's a
Prince?
mobile game one.
Yeah.
This looks more Prince of Persia than
It
Assassin's
does.
all hope rests with us, the immortals.
Again, Ubisoft
rescue
forward.
him and save
Few days
the
Creed. Is it
time.
Immortals? It's got the same art
We
art style as
weren't
Immortals.
prepared for what was coming next. Then again, they weren't prepared for me.
It's definitely Prince of Persia. Evening, Crazy Bad. Sarge dropping by as well. Hope you're all good.
The Ellis evening. I mean, we've immediately got rights for
Oh,
music.
absolutely. If you're going to go for some
I wish
beaty
game
music like this.
developers wouldn't do that. Like, you've got some awesome music in your games. Just use that. I suppose it's not as hype, but
Yeah, of course.
In these times of darkness, hope is the only thing that keeps us fighting.
If this is here, I'm kind of glad that means the Ubisoft forward is going to be like thickened with like bigger titles.
yeah.
Prince
Again,
of
I can see
Persia,
Double there.
The Lost Crown. Interesting.
Anyway, I like
Amazon
it, I like
Luna.
it. We have cloud gaming, everyone. We won.
First game confirmed.
There's a little surprise. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is coming in January 2024. A brand new action-adventure platformer in the iconic series with deep combat, some huge boss fights, and of
I like
course,
it.
incredible platforming puzzles.
Ubisoft
and
doing something
animation,
interesting. I'm
bringing
all
a
about
modern
that.
take on the legendary franchise. You'll be able to see more at Ubisoft Forward, streaming on Monday as part of Summer
It's
Game
kind of like
Pass.
close
Let's move
enough, but
along
different
to
enough.
another iconic
And guess
video
what?
game
It's not an open world
franchise
action
that just
RPG
celebrated
with
30
towers
years.
to unlock the map.
That's right. It's time for Mortal Kombat 1.
I'm glad this is getting out of the way quite early because we knew it was there, and I don't want it to be like, oh, the grand finale, like, oh, he's something at the end, and it's what we already knew to expect.
NetherRealm have been hard at work on the most ambitious MK yet.
We have talked
It
about this
reboots the
before,
series
but
into a new
Mortal
era
Kombat 1,
timeline.
what's your feelings on like
Coming
it being
this
called
September.
1?
Everyone
I
has been
think you
asking,
and Rob
what
covered
does
it on one of the
look like?
shows.
Who's on the roster?
My guess
Did I
was
talk to you off
Cameo
stream
fighters
then?
possibly. I think it was to do
Now
with
it is
the
time for
search
combat.
algorithm.
Being one,
Spoilers,
yeah.
but this video is literally insane.
I
Here
kind of like
is
it
an
with it being a
extended
reboot of the
first
series.
look
Like,
at the story.
It's-
I don't think there's a game
gameplay,
that's ever
and
had
yes, of
been bold
course,
enough to go, yeah,
the
this is number 1.
fatalities of
Battlefield
Mortal
1?
Kombat 1. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
but that wasn't number 1 though.
This isn't number one. This is
Xbox.
like.
Yeah, but Battlefield 1 wasn't a reboot. So
True.
this is meant to be like your jumping on point for Mortal Kombat. They're basically drawing the line on everything they've done before and starting again.
Before I put you down,
Xbox One, I suppose.
Yeah.
Also
Wait a-
didn't do the kind of like he's your jumping on point.
Expecting some
That-
brutal
Sub-Zero.
kills.
today you have proven worthy of joining us. Come,
Raiden?
there are other champions I must gather.
What do you want?
Seto.
Oh, is this? This is rumored to have
And I won't give it up without.
characters from The Boys, and there's like 3 announcements I think that were leaked. Like cameo celebrity appearances almost.
What, as voice actors or as
No,
like,
like
actual
like playable characters.
Is that what you want on the reboot of the franchise?
I think it's gonna
that-
be kind of staggered DLC almost.
Oh, DLC I get, but I was thinking like
Hmm.
for the launch of the game, surely you want to go right back to like easier
Yeah.
cast of characters.
They look like they're in
Focus on,
Iron
like,
Man's
read-
house.
Yeah. Yeah. Nick Cage.
Okay, let's go back
Isn't
to
Nick
one
Cage?
here.
Oh, what's he called?
Who are you again?
Johnny
Johnny-
Cage.
Johnny Cage, yeah.
Of Earthrealm. God of Fire.
Jorvar in the chat. So far, Jorvar, we're in the second game, Mortal Kombat 1, and you have missed a Prince of Persia reimagining, would you say, Richie?
Yeah, it's a 2D action side scroller.
Looks really good.
Looks like he's wielding 2 swords as well, which is awesome.
But you're inexperienced. Whatever experience I lack,
Oh, what
I
is
make up
Raid being inexperienced?
This is the origins.
Yeah. Raiden was always kind of like the wise, godlike character right from the beginning. Sonya Blade's her character, I hope so.
And I think
Go
all
back to the roots.
all the characters are. My trouble is sometimes which characters are in which fighting game. You know, between like this Street Fighter and what's the other one? Soul
Mortal
Calibur.
Kombat is probably the one I know.
Tekken, yeah.
Virtua Fighter. Smash Bros.
Was it Soul Calibur that had Yoda and Darth Vader?
Yeah, and the GameCube version had Link.
Ah, nice. Bit violent for Link. What was his finishing move?
I mean, Link's quite a violent character when you think about it. The guy uses swords, bows, and bombs.
Not this,
Like-
not this violent though.
Oh no, this is Mortal Kombat, not Soul Calibur.
Well, this Mortal Kombat was the first fighting game I remember playing around one of our friends' house on the Sega Mega Drive, and just thinking like how crazy it was that as a kid I was playing that game. I never had it. It was always around a friend's house you went to.
Yeah, it was censored, I think. I don't know if that was a US only thing.
Oh.
It's something I only ever knew as an adult that
Yeah.
was like censored.
Oh
So I
yeah,
was like, is
that's essentially why we have the ESRB ratings, because of this
Yeah.
game or franchise. This
all
is,
that pixelated blood.
and look at this today's standards. This is just like normal for 9-year-olds. This kind of crazy shit.
Yeah. It's fine. It's simulated violence.
Oh, it's gonna have a sore throat. Download September 19.
You know what? If I was into fighting games, I'd be very excited by that.
Fighting games fans are eating good this year.
I mean, that was pretty good, right, guys?
Like, I'm pretty sure Street Fighter just got shed tons of 10 out of 10s.
Many questions
Yeah.
about what we just saw, and to tell you more, I am so honored to welcome to Summer Game Fest one of our industry's greatest creators, a man who has been loyal to the
It's a nice
same
jacket.
franchise and fan base for more than 3 decades.
It is a
Please
nice
join
jacket.
me in welcoming to Summer Game Fest the creator of Mortal Kombat, Ed Boon.
I always, for some reason in my head, think Ed Boon's Microsoft, but I don't know why. There must be someone called Ed who works at Microsoft.
Congratulations.
Ed Moon.
They love you. All
Ed
right,
Spoon.
well, Ed, first of all, thank you for that incredible world premiere.
A cool
We got to
logo,
see
though.
all of the gameplay of
Yeah.
MK1, and everyone just wants to know.
I wonder why
more
they went with
about
a K.
this.
I
First
wonder
of
what the
all,
story
this
is behind
it's
that.
MK1, right? Went from
It was
11 to 1.
90s,
So
it
tell
was
us about
cool
this. Is it a new
with a K.
timeline?
Yeah,
Cool.
I don't know
Yeah.
how many people have seen the ending of Mortal Kombat 11. Liu Kang basically was kind of graduated into like, you know, a fire god, right? And he created a brand new universe. And this universe, this is why we're calling it Mortal Kombat 1, is because this is the beginning of a new timeline. A number of these characters you've seen before, but they're told in a completely different story. And so Sub-Zero and Scorpion are brothers now.
Interesting.
And there's all these
Oh.
things that were rivalries
So
before
it's
are
also like
now
we're drawing a line on everything that came
allies, and
before
so
because
mixing
Liu
the
Kang
whole
created
thing
a new
up,
universe,
so we're
and
just
that's how
kinda
we're just going to
rebooting, and
play it
that's
away.
what the
So it's
one
not
is
like
for.
getting rid of everything.
Well, it
Yeah.
looks incredible. Everything that we
Multiverse.
saw, there was,
Yeah.
in-game gameplay. The cinematics look incredible. I know the team has been working for 4 years on this, but the thing we got to talk about are these cameos, because we saw some pretty amazing stuff there.
There you
Now,
go,
tell us,
crispy
how does
cameos.
that work? You have.
Did
your
we
sort
see
of
them? I didn't see any
main
cameos, but then
Yeah,
again,
he's
I
about
don't
to
know.
talk about
and
them.
then I know you also have a separate kind of cameo menu, so you pick sort of a pair when you start the game.
Yeah, normally in a fighting game, you'll see a roster basically, you know, where you select your.
It's crazy how
character.
much
After you
detail,
do
how much
that,
more
there's a
detailed those
second
selected
roster of
character screens are now.
which are a whole new, completely different fighters that are the cameo fighters, and these fighters actually, they will join the fight, but
A lot of blank squares there.
yeah, so it's
I
kind of
see.
like imagine yourself with Sub-Zero,
That's
but
Sonya
you have some of
Blade.
Jack's moves, and you can call him out. You can do it multiple times, as you saw in the gameplay. You know,
Jax
so you
doesn't
can
have his metal arm.
you
Didn't
can
he have, like,
basically
metal arms
combine
before?
these two
Might not have it
characters.
yet.
All the characters can be.
I remember
combined
watching the Mortal
with
Kombat, like,
all the cameo
TV show,
fighters,
like, the
and
cartoon.
that's where you
That was
see
great.
that's where the player's kind of imagination comes in, and they can actually customize it for what
Might
they
be like
want
different
to see.
skins or something
You know,
unlock as you play
best
through the game, like
Well, so how does
classic.
that work? So you're in gameplay, you have.
It
your
might
name,
just
you have
because
your
it's like
cameo.
the
How do you
start,
do you
so he
summon
hasn't
them?
got
Is
his
it
metal arms yet.
time-based? Like,
Yeah.
how often do they come into? Like, it's not a tag team thing, right? Where
Yeah.
That'd be a
Exactly.
cool thing if you
And
could
you're
play
ba-
every
you're
character
basically
had its own
summoning them.
storyline
It's
throughout
just
the
one
game.
button push
And if you
basically
complete Jack's
summoning, but they have a
storyline,
variety,
you
so
end up
can
with
go,
his metal arms.
Push that button with towards, and it'll do a different.
Yeah, that would
move.
make
Push
sense.
it with down, it'll do a different move, and so the combination.
It's very
Oh,
detailed.
I see. So you can bring them in a combo. Almost.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly, and
Tag
so and you see,
team.
there's like a meter up on top, which is basic. That'll limit it, so you can't obviously fire them indefinitely.
Mortal Kombat's
but,
finish him, right?
You can call them
Finish
whatever
him.
you want.
Which one?
And they
Fatality.
have, you know, like in the middle of a
And are they
combo,
all
they'll have a
KO?
lot of,
KO.
You know, basically.
Or is
a
that
whole
Street Fighter?
arsenal of their
I
moves.
think
So
KO.
some
I
moves
don't know
will
if not
come out
KO's
there.
in Mortal Kombat.
Sometimes you'll see
'cause
them appear
like,
twice.
the
in
whole
there.
point is like it's fight to the
Time-based
death.
and
So it's
then
not really a
obviously as you
knockout
go
Yeah,
through,
that's true.
you'll
Yeah.
Some of them there, but is it a different set of characters that'll be in the cameos? Are there some repeats from the main roster? How will that work?
Yeah. Some of the characters are going to be available as cameos as well as the main
I'd be
roster
surprised
players.
if they haven't
You
done
can
like
play
DLC for
Sub-Zero
like the
with
announcers.
Sub-Zero, right? You can
What,
play-
Ed Boon?
you
Jeff
can
Keighley in
same
the
thing
game.
with Scorpion, but a lot of our
If you
cameo
were Jeff
fighters are
Keighley,
kinda
wouldn't you
like
go to Ed
nods
Boon
back
go,
to our
can I be
first
an
game.
announcer?
So
Like
you'll
as a
notice
DLC
Sonya and
pack?
Kano and Jax are in the
Game
kinda
Awards
older
like special edition
costumes.
DLC.
Hey,
pack.
So
he was in
there's
Death
a lot of
Stranding.
novelty. We have a lot of like really surprise ones. I think you guys saw Goro.
This would be like a cool thing, like, oh yeah, we're showcasing the game here.
So there's a lot
Pre-order
of,
now,
kinda
and you get the
really
Jeff Keighley
digging into
announcer
the
pack.
old Mortal Kombat games
Jeff Keighley
as
and
far
friends,
as
so you get like
getting,
Kojima and
you
stuff
know,
in there as well.
And the
we
Muppets.
really love the novelty
Yeah,
of
the
it. We really
Muppets,
want
yeah.
the cameo characters to feel, kind of nod to the old games.
Imagine playing
Well,
Mortal
speaking
Kombat
of
as a Swedish chef.
nine of the old games, let's talk, you confirmed, I think, or it's at least known that Jean-Claude Van Damme is actually going to
Kermit.
be in this.
Oh, there you
game
go.
as
Kermit,
Johnny
Jean-Claude.
Cage, right? Is that true?
As Johnny Cage.
That was, people don't know the story. I mean, Bloodsport was such an inspiration for Mortal Kombat, so he finally is now part of it.
It's a huge first full circle moment. You know, the first Mortal Kombat game, we originally wanted to be Van Damme, the video game, and that never really worked out. So I can't tell you how many times over the last 30 years we've tried to get him. You know, we were this close, like 4 or 5 times. And so finally we got him, and he's doing.
Didn't realize Jean-Claude Van Damme was
too.
that busy.
You're going to hear Jean-Claude, his voice doing Johnny
Over
Cage.
30 years, they've only just managed to secure his services.
Well, I know the team has been working so hard in Chicago to build this through COVID, and it's coming out in
I could
September. So
kind of see why they might have failed in the first
This
iteration.
has been a very
Oh, yeah.
secret to keep over the last 4 years, and so but
Well, yeah, everyone thought NetherRealm were working on another
could not be
Injustice
more
game.
excited in terms of getting players' hands.
Well, that
on
was
it.
like the natural
and,
cycle, like
throughout the
Mortal
summer,
Kombat
we're gonna be
Injustice, Mortal
showing
Kombat
a lot
Injustice,
more
etc.
Yeah.
content, a lot more characters.
Although
a
the
lot more
IP for
cameo
Injustice is probably
characters,
harder
so there's a lot of
to
reveals
secure.
that are coming up.
They're owned by
And
WB,
thank
so
you
it's all
much
in-house.
for giving us the first
Yeah,
look
true.
at MK1. As you said, this weekend people will be playing it, press and media, so we'll be seeing lots more
September
coverage, lots more
19th.
characters
Not
to
that far
reveal,
away,
lots of
September now.
roster and cameos.
WB will probably
Ed
try
Boon,
to
thank you
push
so
an
much.
Injustice
First look at Mortal
Suicide Squad
Kombat.
game.
Yeah.
Amazing. So excited about that one. All right. Next up, it's been a fun couple weeks for action RPG fans with the release of Diablo 4, which is truly fantastic. Another big and anticipated ARPG is Path of Exile 2 from Grinding Gear Games, who have faithfully been updating and patching the original PoE since its release in 2013.
I've heard
We haven't
ARPG
seen
a lot.
anything
Is this
on the
American
sequel in over
RPG
2
now?
years, but that changes
Action
right now. Here's your
RPG,
first
I
look
think.
at
And I
a
got
raw gameplay
JRPG.
capture from Path of Exile 2.
I mean,
a sequel
JRPG,
that
it's
pushes
not
the engine and
really
gameplay
technically thing,
to a
'cause
new
it's
level.
just RPGs. Just
Yeah,
the
I
James.
didn't know if some people stateside were just
Donates
trying to
what you
make it a thing.
I think it's now less of a thing, like JRPG, compared to like when all RPGs from out of Japan used to be turn-based, and like out of the West they used to be like more actiony focused.
Yeah.
Like the difference between like a Final Fantasy, in a traditional Final Fantasy, and something like Skyrim.
Yeah.
Both RPGs, but very different games.
I would have guessed action, but I'm pretty sure I've heard a few podcasts this week say American, which is
Yeah.
maybe now doubting my own process. Lee in the chat says you guys need to try Diablo. I'll be honest, all the buzz around this week is in the... As I wind down on Jedi Survivor to get that platinum, I kind of don't have anything in my sights, so I'm like, oh, maybe.
I've played Diablos before, and I like them. I just don't love them, and I don't have time to play it right now. I've got other things I'd rather be playing.
Like Path
If I
of Exile?
didn't- I played the original,
Two?
actually.
Very similar,
did-
it looks like.
Path of Exile, I think the original was free to play.
Ah, July 28th, next month.
There's more coming in July. Last week,
Maybe we'll
marked
look at
the
the Path
release
of Exile
of Street
too.
Fighter 6, a game we featured last year at Summer Game Fest. Well, the team at Capcom has an important update to share with you right now.
You know, last year was all horror and cyberpunk. This year is all fighting. An online-only game.
Artificial intelligence.
Isn't that most games nowadays anyway?
Welcome to Bikitoa Island.
What is that? This happens in movies. Is this Exo Primal again? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. You might have said actually there. We talked about this on this week's show, actually.
Isn't that... That's Guile.
Oh, it's not. It's Street Fighter.
Street Fighter,
with cross Exo Primal. Okay, that makes sense, right? Cool. I was thinking, what? How have I got that so wrong? And then that makes sense. It's a crossover. In the RE engine.
I'm guessing Ryu from Street Fighter facing off against a dinosaur probably wasn't on your bingo card for today's show. That Street Fighter Cross Exo Primal collab will launch in the fall with the game coming out on July 14th. But guess what, guys? That may actually not be the craziest collaboration on the show today. Check this out.
Ooh.
There's nothing more powerful than imagination.
Sounds like Josh Brolin.
It does.
It can shape the fabric of reality, transforming everything you may think you know.
Oh, no, it's Nick Cage.
Yeah.
In
we've
Friday,
covered this.
Is it Friday 13th? Or Dead by Daylight? Ah. Wow, random. That is the most random crossover. Jeff's right.
Yeah, me and Rob covered this in X Pass
Nicolas
a few weeks
Cage
ago.
is coming to Dead by Daylight
Wow.
in July. I mean, I don't know how these things happen, but
I mean, in 30 years, we'll have Van Damme in it as well.
What you've got to love about this is it's not a character he's playing.
Oh.
It's just Nicolas Cage.
Bold creative choices have earned him an Academy Award and a few memes.
Is he in the room?
Across more than 4 decades.
It's going to be a Keanu Reeves moment.
Films. Please
Yeah, it's
join
gotta
me
be.
in
Yeah, here we
welcoming
go.
to Summer Game Fest, Nicolas Cage.
It's so random.
The walking meme himself.
There he is. He's actually looking younger than he has in recent years there.
He's had his face off.
maybe. Good one.
Happy to meet you.
Nick, I gotta say, welcome to the video game world.
Oh, wow, yeah, thank you. I'm so happy to be invited to your very, very cool club, everybody.
Finally, I mean, I
Think he's
gotta
ever
say,
played a
this
game in
is
his life?
A crazy, unexpected collaboration.
reckon
I gotta
he has.
understand, how did this come about? I mean, some people be like, oh, maybe he'll show up in Fortnite.
Just
maybe
Dead by
he'll be in
Daylight,
the Hideo
though.
Kojima game, but Dead by Daylight. I mean, how does this happen?
Well, it's a museum of horror, right?
Yes.
And when I make movies, one
I
of
think
my
he missed a
favorite
trick by not
genres
wearing the
is
same
horror.
outfit.
And
yeah.
and in that genre, there's a character, a murderous ghost named Sadako.
Although, admittedly,
who I
how
think is
often do you get to
amazing.
wear a
She made an
metallic lime
appearance in
green
the movie,
suit?
so that was
That's
good
true.
enough for me.
Okay. That's what, yeah, I mean,
And
that's
if
what's
you've got
fun is
one,
you're
you've
playing
got
one of
to-
the
you got to
survivors
rock it
in
when you
this
get the
game,
chance.
And it's cool that, you know, it really is this museum of horror, Michael Myers.
Shout out to Dead by Daylight as well. And RIP Friday the 13th. We'll talk about that on this week's podcast.
So I
But
play this,
Yeah, I was gonna say. I saw that
heightened,
news.
exaggerated version of a film actor named Nick Cage. And he's going to a location thinking he's making a movie, and instead he wakes up in the fog. And in the fog, he's surrounded by crows and serial killers, and it's rather amusing. And there's something about it that I think
I haven't
as a
seen a Nicolas Cage
survivor,
movie since
it's like
National
a
Treasure.
bonding experience. It's a bit like hide and go seek. You have your 3
can't
other
remember the
teammates
last one I
who are
saw.
survivors.
It's probably
with you.
Face
It's
Off.
You watch-
teamwork. You're
you
working
watch more
together to
movies
pull
than me,
through,
so
and
I'm
I
like-
like that.
I've
And
heard
so
The
that was
Unbearable
a
Weight of
large
Talent
reason for
with
why I did
Pedro
all that.
Pascal is
You know,
fantastic,
bonding
though.
with your
That's
friends.
on my watch
And
list.
you're fully in for this. I know we heard your voice in there, so you recorded lines for it and everything.
See, I want you to know when you're playing the Nick Cage survivor, I even have when you're choosing your skins, I even say, always remember to dress to match your talent. I want you to know that you're with me, that we're one, that we're fused. And so it was important to me that
Someone needs to
everything
shout
I
out you're
do, everything I
breathtaking.
say, from the scream to the ground,
See what the response is. So we just get like an annualized version of celebrities pointing at people in the crowd and saying, "You're breathtaking."
So that we are fused.
All right. Fully method,
We're
Nick Cage.
fused
I
with
love
Nicolas
it.
Cage. Did not expect that tonight.
This is so fun. This game, as you said, is such an awesome kind of collaboration with so many different characters. For you, I mean, how did you find out about Dead by Daylight? Do you know much about the video game
Somebody
world?
very important in my family is a Dead by Daylight enthusiast, and that really put the hook in. Ha, pun intended. See, Dead by Daylight to me was an opportunity to branch out. I've never been invited.
Lee's saying you need to watch Willy's Wonderworld.
I don't think it doesn't sound like I want to. It sounds like Balance Underworld.
A whole new audience.
Balance
A whole
Wonderworld.
new
Oh, God.
audience. And
What a
branch
game.
out and go on this Dead by Daylight adventure. I didn't say, it took me nothing but a split second to say yes. And speaking about split seconds,
Isn't that Nick Cage's
excuse me, what I
philosophy, though?
noticed-
Just say yes to everything.
Sinus
Wasn't he in a
of,
lot of debt at one
allergies.
point? And that's
What
why
I
he's just done this
noticed
string of
was that
terrible
every
films.
move you make when you're doing
Which effectively
this, when
made
you're
him
in the
a walking
gaming
meme, and he's just
space,
leaned into it since.
It's timed down to the split second. It's a very immersive experience when you're acting out in this space, because every move, every grunt, every sigh you make has to be timed perfectly with the gamer's moves. So that was something that I learned from this, and I'm always looking to learn something.
Well, we love having you in the video game world. We want to see Nick Cage in more games.
It's basically going to be in 20 games across the next 5 years now.
Nick, thank you
Fine.
so much.
Now he's
I'll take
open to it.
Nicolas
Cage in Death Stranding 2.
There you go. Lock it in.
He's coming after Troy Baker's crown.
Now, for all of you who
That's
want to
true.
play Nick Cage in Dead by Daylight, the chapter officially comes out on July 25th on PC and console, but PC players can try it earlier by downloading the player test build on July 5th. And here's an exclusive first look at Nicolas Cage in Dead by Daylight.
World premiere.
I can guarantee I will not be downloading this on July the 5th. Nothing to do with the game, but
No.
I'll be spending most of my time in either aeroplanes or airports.
Oh, that's such a close call. That's the ironic thing about this game, is it's so bad it's good as well.
The jank works.
Yeah,
There's some
like-
games where games a bit like PUBG, the bit of
Absolutely.
jank works. They've worked around it.
Yeah, they
Like,
went for that dramatic scene where he almost got his face cut off, and it would just look like two NPCs running past each other.
Here at Summer Game Fest. All right, thank you very much, Nick. Now, lately we've been seeing an incredible number of video game adaptations. But back in 2019, The Witcher on Netflix, inspired by the Witcher book series, showed the potential of well-done adaptations. And later this month, Season 3, Volume 1 arrives, and now it's time for the world premiere of the trailer, introduced by Henry Cavill and the cast.
Season 3, Volume 1. I'm surprised Henry Cavill hasn't been at one of these events yet.
Gathered here today to share something with you.
It feels like he could easily be there if he wanted to.
Volume 1 Volume 1 debuts on June 29th.
Have they called it Volume 1 to drag out Cavill's appearance?
Of our brand new trailer for season
Maybe they just call it Volume 1 to kind of like, because Cavill's got one more season. Maybe if I call it Volume 1, goes okay, Volume 1's Cavill.
And you got to work.
Yeah.
Epic.
And also a content creator, like it all adds up. And sometimes I like to go touch grass.
And then you eat the grass.
Hello. In the case of Weekend Just Gone, go see a Final Fantasy Symphony. That was cool.
I've just inherited a terrible cough.
Yeah, I've had one too. I'm pretty exhausted at the moment because I haven't slept well in days.
So what's this then?
Oh,
We've seen this
I
before?
recognise this. Yeah, we've covered this.
Was this like the
Bobby X Pass?
Yeah, was this at the Game Awards? It's like Medieval Doom.
Yeah.
It looked good from what I recall.
Yeah, I mean, it still looks good.
It does. Blunderbuss. Witchfire.
Yeah, that's
Looking a little bit like Guy Fawkes there. Look what you've done.
it's PSVR 2.
Sierra 1, Operation Control clears you for engagement.
Oh, is this Crossfire?
It does look like it, yeah. Smilegate.
Yeah.
Again, one of the best VR shooters you could possibly get.
I mean, genuinely, I think this game looks amazing. Like,
if it's
I hope
anything
this
like the
is-
gunplay in Blood and Truth,
Yeah.
it'll be spot on.
yeah, I just hope this is a game that isn't lost because it's on VR 2. I hope it's still like in around like the VR lexicon by the time like VR 2 properly finds its audience. Like,
well,
I mean, it's doing well, but
Sierra Squad. I mean, big announcement from Apple this week. Could push VR to new levels. Not quite
really
the same,
expensive.
but yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so that makes the
it's like,
PSVR 2
$3,000?
the reasonable one.
yeah.
Oh, look at
And
that.
it's Apple. Their track record in gaming is pretty inconsequential. So I haven't looked too much into it, but with it being Apple, I'm not holding my breath.
The root will destroy everything.
Damn it, Roots.
Time.
What's this? What's this? Got kind of... I don't know what vibes I'm getting, Richie. Kind of looks like Outriders meets Bloodborne?
It looks like if From Software made The Order, but made it multiplayer. It's got almost like a kind of horror punk stuff going on.
Strange Brigade.
Somewhere between like cyberpunk and horror. And The Matrix.
Oh yeah, big bug vibes.
For
Is
me,
it
it's like
3 or 4 in a squad? I can't. It doesn't say it's still long enough for me to count.
It looks 3.
Yeah, so you have like a fire team.
3 there.
It's good. Again, I think as close to Outriders as they could probably get, because we really enjoyed what we played of Outriders.
Yeah, Outriders is cool. But it's a game that you really need to play as a squad, and
Yeah.
as an adult.
We're fighting a giant. Ooh, Remnant 2.
Remnant.
All right, we have much more Summer Game Fest to come, including a first look at the gameplay of Alan Wake 2, the world premiere of the new season of Fortnite, Call of Duty Season 4, and
Have we only
maybe
seen
a
CGI
few
trailers for
more
Alan Wake?
surprises for you.
No, we saw some gameplay.
Today's reveals, use the hashtag
All right.
gaming on
They showed you the
TikTok.
kind of Resident Evil over the shoulders, didn't we?
We want to welcome everyone
Yeah, same saying it was
the
the first
show
look at it.
live on TikTok,
It's a
Twitch,
lie.
YouTube, and other platforms. For those of you on Twitch, we also
Helix
have a
Plays Games
special
brought you a first
Warframe
look
Twitch
of
drop
the gameplay of
free
Alan Wake
Steinac
2
Warframe
before Geoff
to watch
Keighley
more
did.
than 30 minutes of the show. Now, speaking of surprises, another legendary gaming hero is set to return later this year in a brand new game built from the ground up in a style that I think is going to get this fan base and longtime fans of video games very excited. Here's another Summer Game Fest global game announcement. New thrills with a classic feel.
Sonic Mania 2 or Sonic Mania 3D?
What?
Sonic Mania 3D.
I don't know.
It's mad
Like
how
it.
it's mad how people are just like so into Sonic and it's not really changed in 30 years. Like this version of him anyway, sorry, this version.
Yeah, the 2D stuff works.
This must be the Sonic Mania team, right? Because they're not the guys who worked on Frontiers.
Yeah, it's when the Sonic Mania team do something, it's awesome. When everyone else does it's crap.
I mean, I dig it. I enjoyed the
And
Sonic
Knuckles.
remake for PS3.
And Amy. Oh, it's going to be 4-player.
Oh. Like Mario style.
Is this the first time you've ever put Amy's been a major playable character in a Sonic game?
I don't think so. I feel like one of the 3D ones they did, but quite possibly. I like the vibes it's given me from what's
I know
the
she was
is it
playable in
Mario?
Sonic R.
Which Mario is it? Mario? Is it new Super Mario Bros? Where you could play
like
as
New Super Mario.
a couple of them.
You or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many Sonics. Sonic Superstars. Interesting. I'm down for that.
All right, I'm okay. That's not Robotnik.
I know. I don't know who that is. Is it? What's the cat called? Is it? Like Flicks the Cat or something?
2D classic Sonic that's bound to appeal to new and legacy fans alike. This past April, Honkai Star Rail launched, and as you're about to see, the game is bringing an exciting new character.
Honkai Star Rail.
Fantasy RPGs.
Yeah, it's from the guys who make Genshin
we don't just have a
Impact.
new peak for current players, but also for those awaiting the game's release on PlayStation. Take a look.
Honkai Star Rail.
I wish this universe had a few more things to do. Don't you get bored running across the map?
We've just discussed about not having time. I don't think this universe needs any more things to do.
Back from duty.
Evening, Cuba. Oh.
Accomplished. Where's our next stop? I can't wait.
Evening, sir. Welcome to Summer Game Fest.
Oh, what did you miss? You've missed Mortal Kombat. You've missed
Prince of Persia.
Remnant.
Remnant 2.
Remnant 2.
Nicholas
Sonic Superstars. Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage seems so out of place, out of context.
Mortal Kombat 1 was the biggie. It's been the biggie so far, I'd say. Other than Prince of Persia, a 2D Prince of Persia game. What else have we got? It's Nicolas Cage in Dead by Daylight. There's a crossover between Street Fighter and Exo Primal.
Huh. Never mind.
Lots of fighting stuff so far.
Yeah. Oh, John Claude Van Damme's going to be in the Mortal Kombat 1 as
What-
Johnny Cage.
What was the Diablo-esque looking one?
Path of Exile 2.
Path of Exile 2. Q4 2023. Honkai Star Rail on mobile.
Yeah, I keep seeing loads of YouTube ads for it.
Pinocchio, Liza P is a
Oh.
Soulsborne-like game from the team at NeoWiz.
Surprised this isn't just at the Xbox showcase.
Well,
This
if
is
you're
on Game
wondering
Pass.
Exactly when, we have news to share with you on its release with this brand new trailer.
Oh, here we go.
Crossfire Sierra Squad as well. With
This is
Fire.
this is the big one for me, Richie. Just hoping it's not as soulsy as it best appears. Steampunk Pinocchio, who thought of that?
With the Last of Us butterfly. Not Last of Us, what do you call it? Oh. Why do I always forget the name of this game?
Now we get a French copyright strike as well. Just need 99 red balloons. That took you a while.
I don't know why. I don't. Even though it's like literally the Life is Strange,
Uh-oh.
The Strange 1, and Before the Storm, like two of my favorite games of all time. I always blank on the name.
Zutala. Good shout, Jin. Yeah, after completing Warlong, this is could be the next entry. I mean, it looks great. Premise is great. I just really need to see how much it's going to hand my ass back to me. And thankfully, because it's on
Give
Game
me-
Pass, I check out. Look how cool this is.
Just give me a difficulty slider so I'm playing baby mode.
Yep.
And enjoy my way through the game.
Umbrella attack. He's like the penguin in Batman, Richie. Or Kingsman. Again, could have picked a better name though. Still.
Listen, pal.
It's called Liza
Nice
Pinocchio.
landing, but let's not make it a habit.
What was mine? I came up with one, didn't I, on one of our episodes of just like off the top of my head that was infinitely better.
Demo now.
Oh, nice.
That's right, a demo for Lies of P is now available across PlayStation, Xbox,
His nose
and
needs to be
PC.
bigger if he's
Check it out
Pinocchio.
and prepare for the release
It'll
on
get bigger as the
September
game goes
19th.
on.
Now it's time for the reveal of a visually stunning new game based on a classic manga with a story and world created by one of the most celebrated anime artists of all time.
Ooh.
This is one of those games that I feel lucky we get to reveal for the first time here at Summer Game Fest. And I think you'll be pretty hyped once you see the gameplay, all built in Unreal Engine 5. Here we go.
We're about to head into like Unreal Engine 5 zone, aren't we, where everything's just going to start cranking up how gorgeous it looks.
Liza P not currently listed on the PlayStation Store.
You're too quick. Too quick.
It said now.
It did, but too quick. Time difference, remember. Gotta give it a few seconds.
Now is now wherever you are.
No, time because we're in the future watching this.
Yeah.
It's happening in America in the past.
So what is this?
Looks like Borderlands, but it's not.
It does, but it's anime based.
It said manga.
It looks a bit like Toriyama.
It is.
Like, I just said it. I mean, is it just designs by Toriyama? Because he did a lot of the designs for Dragon Quest. And this doesn't look like Dragon Ball, and it doesn't look like Dr. Slump. Maybe it is Dr. Slump. I've never read Dr. Slump.
I've never heard of it.
It's basically the precursor to Dragon Ball.
Right.
So it's like in the 80s.
Ah, okay.
That's why I've never read it, I just know of it.
Sandland. Inoka. Oh, is that Bandai Namco's new little jingle, is it?
I like it.
Sandland, get ready to become an unlikely hero in an adventure where you don't need to be human to save humanity. That's coming from Bandai Namco, and we're excited to see more of it soon. Independent games are such an important part of the industry, and one thing that's very important to us at Summer Game Fest is supporting those creators as well. After the live show, stay tuned for
Guild?
Day of
Do you
the
think
Devs
Guild
from
could be here?
iMakeBit and Double Fine.
It could be, yeah. It's due out in the next few weeks.
I hope they are, because there's a great game more people need to play.
Later this month, as part of Summer Game Fest, they'll be revealing a number of
Could be a nice little, just like a 2-minute quick from Tequila Works, his guild, and just don't even acknowledge that it's been out before. Like, this is the first time ever.
Oh, I wouldn't go first. I wouldn't go first time ever. But I would I'd stay away from saying first time ever because it's not true.
Yeah.
But just say coming to
say
consoles.
next gen version.
Yeah. Coming to PlayStation on Xbox for the first time.
Stray was such a good game, man.
So good. I still think our head-to-head was one of the best pieces of content we've done.
It was.
In terms of just like, it's just
Jin's...
one of the most unique bits of content we've done.
Ooh, Annapurna showcase. Jin says demos installed on a Series X as he speaks.
Yeah. I wonder what that was at the end. We'll find out later this month. All right. Next, we're stepping into the world of Throne and Liberty, a free-to-play PC and console
I will not be
MMORPG
watching
from
that showcase.
NCSoft and Amazon Games with an
I'll probably catch up with it after the fact.
Massive scale.
Yeah, I'm on holiday.
Oh, is it that far away?
It was June the 29th.
Oh, I just presume I didn't read it properly. I presumed it would just be like within the realm of Summer Game Fest this week or weekend.
Yeah,
Amazon Games.
End of this month, start of next month, I'm off content for a few weeks, so...
That's what you think.
That's what I know.
I expect you to video call in every week like clockwork.
You know what? If anyone from Ubisoft Montreal is listening and wants to give me a tour and give me a scoop, I will appear on Helix First Games content to break that.
Well, you know, one thing we've not actually announced...
I'm willing to take that hit.
One thing we've not actually announced on any of our shows yet, but we are official Ubisoft creators now. We are part of the Ubisoft Creator Program, so...
Somehow.
I don't know what that means yet. Somehow, we've not announced it yet officially. We only got confirmation last week, but yeah, we don't really know what it looks like because the Ubisoft Creators Program's brand new. But it did say for channels with less than 10k subs, so the fact that we made it through the door, very surprised.
More than 10k. It was
more than 10k. Sorry, yeah. So and that only happened without your amazing support. That it gets us anywhere even near 2k.
You know, being completely genuine now. Whoever at Ubisoft approved that, thank you very much.
Yeah, does mean a lot.
Yeah. Especially
because I'm such a big Ubisoft fan as well. It's like, yes, let me test your games. I've been in a few of the betas before for undisclosed titles, but obviously we're not allowed to talk about it. That's part of the inside scoop thing. You can't actually chat about it on a weekly podcast, so...
Yeah, I straight up admit I did look at Ubisoft Montreal, see if they actually did tours, because I am going to be in Montreal.
That would be cool.
They don't. They do it for school kids.
Well, you just need to get out of uniform.
Yeah, I thought it was cool because they do it for school kids because they want to promote like young people getting involved in the gaming industry and to aspire to it. which I'm
that's
like,
cool.
great. But as just a bloke, it's a no.
Shave your beard, stick your tie on, pitch your voice up.
So this is my appeal to Ubisoft if you're listening.
For you right now. But on June 19th, Steam Next Fest does return, giving fans a chance to try out hundreds of new in-development games. One of
How's the
them
beer,
is
Richie?
the free-to-play medieval fantasy sword-fighting game
Nice and chilled.
Warhaven from Nexon, which lets you transform into
Wait.
supernatural immortals. Here's
Almost got. Where's Rob when you need him? Rob will be on our Xbox showcase, we should point out as well. I know he's...
Tom Banner Studios. So
Cool name. Oh, Warhammer. Oh no, Warhaven, sorry. Warhaven. Got me with the font. Got me with the font. Warhaven. They're for free.
Hey, this is not...
Oh, Richie, we like this one. I forgot what it is though. It's not gang. It's not
Animal
Gang
Party?
Beasts. Animal Party. Yes.
is it Animal Party?
That sounds right. That sounds right. It's just Gang Beasts on steroids by the looks of it. Oh, Party Animals.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You were right.
I was
you were
very
right.
close.
This is gonna be a fun stream. This one. 20th of September on Xbox and Steam. No PlayStation, which my guess means Game Pass.
Pilgrims, summer is coming, and with it, a lot of cool stuff will make its way to Dying Light Tuesday Human. Get
Dying
ready
Light's, I
for
think,
darker,
50%
more
off this
dangerous
week.
nights and roaming volatiles, complete with improved parkour, rolling out with the next update in June. Then, right after that, we'll kick off an event season like you have never seen before.
Ooh.
Neocortex's right-hand guy in Season 1. Now, it's time to change the topic and descend into madness. Joining me is a guy who was last on stage at the Game Awards 2021 to announce Alan Wake 2. He's come all the way from Finland. Please
Sam
welcome
Lake?
from Remedy, Sam Lake.
There he is. Max Payne himself, or the
Sam
face
Lake.
of Max Payne.
Created a game called Alan Wake. Very much just changing the name a little bit there.
Who plays Max Payne?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we are so excited because when you announced Alan Wake at the Game or Alan Wake 2 at the Game Awards, you said 2023. We are in 2023. It's coming this October, and we are so excited about this, Sam. I know it's been a long time coming for fans and for you. 13 years since the first Alan Wake. So tell us a bit about what can we expect.
I was wondering what's going on with the word. There's like a little blur effect spreading throughout the letters. I was like, why is that a little bit blurry?
Remedy's first
I was like
survival horror
captivated
game.
by the 2.
We have 2 playable characters.
Survival horror
It's a
game?
50 split between
Well, it does
them.
look a lot like Resident
They
Evil.
are on their
That's what had me interested.
separate,
Yeah.
terrifying journeys.
So I'll play Alan Wake
through
1
two
remaster,
different worlds,
leading into
and yet
Alan Wake 2.
It's all connected, and the player gets to switch between them at given points in the story as they choose.
Yeah, we saw, obviously, at the PlayStation event, you revealed Saga, the second character. Tell us a bit about her. She's in Bright Falls, and she's sort of living a narrative that Alan has written. Is that right?
Well, that's a good question to ask going into this. So yes, we have Alan Wake, our title
Spoilers.
character, of course, trying to escape from the nightmare dimension of the dark place.
Yes.
And then we have Saga, our new hero, FBI agent, coming to the Pacific Northwest small town of Bright Falls, together with her
Not Redfall.
partner, Alex Casey.
Okay.
That's him.
So
That's
how-
played
they're
by Sam
somehow
Lake.
linked in some
Yeah.
way, right?
They are coming to investigate
Yes.
a series of ritualistic murders.
Okay.
And very quickly, the investigation turns into a nightmare when they discover pages of a horror story. Maybe written by
A series of
certain
ritualistic
missing
night
writer.
of murders wasn't
Initials
already a
AEW.
nightmare.
I know, right?
And this horror story starts to come
Gets
to
worse from here on out, apparently.
around them.
Interesting. So obviously, it's Alan is still going to be playable in the game. You're going to experience his journey, but Saga, this is sort of new character, and there is that sort of link. Tell us a bit about.
Was always going to sneak in, Dom.
Do they have separate missions? How? Because I think you can play them in sort of
10
different
years from now,
sequences or
we'll still
orders if you want, right?
occasionally make
Yeah,
this
we
Stadia
go into the
reference.
experience.
I will when I
playing
find the
as
bag of shit in my loft that's got all my old stuff in. I'll be like,
It's
huh.
a
Yeah.
sequel.
And you know
but
what?
it's
That
also
will be
a
part of the
standalone
Helix
experience. We
Plays
are
Games
not
drinking game.
expecting
Hmm.
If
everybody to
whether
do
like in the future, if
homework
anyone's at
if
home
they
wants to
have
play a
not
drinking game
played
of Helix
the original
Plays game, you have to drink
this
this
can
tequila
be
shot down.
enjoyed,
When
as
you say it,
the
when
Saga
we
doesn't
reference
know anything
Stadia.
about the lore, about the supernatural in this world.
Could do that for
She
our
will be
anniversary
going
stream
in
this year.
Very quickly, she has to learn to survive, and with that, all the players
Just do
will
shots
be
on camera.
on that journey with her. And then we.
Well, we
open
did
up
say
the
with Rob we would do a
experience
Metal Gear
so
Solid
that
all-nighter.
you can hope to play Alan Wake in the
We can
dark
talk about
place
that later, yeah.
as he's
Oh, yeah.
trying to
Needs to
find
come
his
out
way
first.
out.
I
And
feel
you
that would
keep
be
on
like the
playing
after
as
part of the
Saga
After
in
Dark
the
stream.
Pacific Northwest as
We
the
just go as long as we
investigation
can.
goes on, and you are free to switch between them. There are a lot of connection points.
Yes.
In many surprising ways.
If I
but
told you these
there
two
is
were
no
brothers, would you
right
believe me?
Way to play through this. You can choose.
Yes.
You can go on as Alan.
Just looking at them both stood there in their smart outfits thinking, these two could just be related from their side profiles.
Sides of it.
Well, you're always so good at
One's called Alan, and one's called Alan.
in unique ways.
Sam.
I mean, Remy's always
They're all
been
called
a fan of
Alan.
you especially. So we can't
Yeah.
wait to see how these stories intertwine.
Alan and
I'm sure
Wake,
throughout
they're
the
the names.
experience. Today, though,
And there's two
I
of
know you
them.
brought with you some gameplay of Sagas.
This is what I'm interested in gameplay, because he said there it's not,
Yeah,
it's their
role-playing
first survival horror, which is weird because you would think it would echo the first game, but apparently they're making a strong deviation.
It's been 13 years.
So tell us what.
I think it's better for the franchise with how much people have embraced horror recently.
Supernatural forces of
Dead
darkness
Space, Resident Evil success, Silent Hill coming
the
back.
murder victim,
It's the right time.
in this case, back to life as a monster. And Saga is outside Bright Falls at Cauldron Lake, trying to find him and stop him.
Okay, with that, let's take a look at raw, unedited gameplay from Alan Wake 2. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Alan Wake 2.
See, this looks like what we saw at the PlayStation showcase. Like this exact kind of footage.
It probably is. Like the scissor reel was probably taken from this. Like,
See, like this is just for me.
but this is
Resi
raw
Evil.
footage here. Yeah.
It's cool because this is all Alan Wake is linked in with Control as well, and Control is one of my favorite games of the last few years.
Which is why she's using a service pistol.
Yeah. But will it be the same one from Control?
I doubt it.
Nah, that's too... I mean, it may be not to start with, but that would be a cool crossover if you find it. And what are the monsters? That's what I haven't played Alan Wake, so I don't know what kind of creatures or monsters we're looking for in this game. Looks gorgeous, though.
Yeah.
The visuals have me more interested. Horror games don't have to be anywhere near as long as normal games because you spend that long slowly moving around instead of just running through. The game length must be dragged out. Like, oh, like what on earth? It's oh dear.
Oh dearie, dearie me.
Dearie. It's everyone. Oh shit! That's not a deer.
That's a deer. It's a different type of deer.
Oh, that's just a bullet sponge.
Go for the headshots, man. Headshots. Have you not played the game before?
Oh. Oh, okay, what was that? Some kind of flare or... Oh, shit! At least you've got a dodge. A cultist? Okay.
Go loot it.
Double tap.
I'm liking the damage it takes.
Hmm. Isn't it crazy how we came to the wall when the door's just there on the side?
Do you think he planted the real deer as a
Maybe, yeah.
trap?
I'd be curious, was he just stood behind that wall the whole time and somehow a deer came in without sensing him or hearing him in the freezer?
No, do not loot that medkit on the floor. I will be annoyed.
What was that? Is that a heart?
That's a heart.
I mean, what else are you going to keep in your freezer, Richie?
Tattoo. You get your heart, you tattoo it. Like,
Oh, she picked it up with her bare hands.
I'll put a glove on. The FBI. Sure, you got some gloves in your pocket.
With me, Anderson. Killer
I'm
left
putting
a
enough evidence
message.
Dun, dun, dun. There he is.
For us. We were all trapped in a horror story.
There's Alan at his typewriter.
Is dead. There's something I'm forgetting. Something important. Something's not right.
That does look cool.
That looks really good.
A long time coming, but Alan Wake 2 looks incredible. Thank you to Sam and Remedy for that first look at gameplay. Now let's get a first look at the co-op campaign of Warhammer Space Marine 2 from
Yes!
Focus.
Space Marine!
Rob's going to be all over this shit.
We're facing a
To be fair, we thought it looked awesome.
Yeah.
Engaged us on 2 planets.
I wish we'd got a remaster of the first one from PS3 before. So just so I could go back. It's been so long.
I've never played it. I don't think it's just something that you need to play in the first
Oh,
one.
probably not. It was all just shooting and chaos. There was no real story or structure to it other than Space Marines kill space bugs.
Yeah. And sometimes that's all a game needs to be.
Yeah, absolutely. That that cowboy shooter that came out earlier this year, Wild something, that was the same. It was like Tech meets Wild West.
I'm drawing a complete blank.
It was on no, well, it wasn't on Game Pass. Wild something. This looks cool though.
Is this coming to Game Pass?
We'll find out shortly. I don't think so. It does look like a bit like Gears. Co-op campaign. Up to
3 players.
Yeah.
Oh, come to Game Pass. Me, you, and Rob can do a campaign run.
Space Marine 2 this winter. That's cool. Evil West. Yes, Cube Apple. That's the one. Evil West. Good shout. So we are 1 hour into the show now, Richie. Pacing good so far?
Yeah, it's been decent. They've mixed enough different stuff up.
Yeah. And this is Darkside Detective 3. Travel through time. Solve murders in medieval England.
It's not mad if a king does it.
No, it's justice.
Yeah.
It's not that, obviously.
Yeah.
Do like the art style though. My potatoes.
Achievement. Achievement unlocked.
I have achieved wood.
Ray meets Darkside Detective. That could be it.
Yes, Your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace. Snowfall.
The cover art doesn't match the gameplay art.
No.
Beautifully.
Not that it needs to, but just a bit jarring.
Now it is time for another global game announcement, and this one comes from the minds of Saber Interactive, Focus
Better
Entertainment.
last FIFA, Geoff.
Yes,
There's been
core
less
master
actual
John
adverts.
Carpenter. It's a brand new world,
Which hasn't,
a
which meant
brand new
the
story,
pace hasn't been
and looks
killed
like
as much.
a heck of a lot of fun. Check this out.
John Carpenter. Interesting.
Saber. Focus Entertainment.
It's an Embracer Group game.
Yeah. Come on, Bracer. Deliver. We know you're capable.
We gotta be ready.
Bon Jovi.
Nobody half-asses
the cover of it.
Ruby.
And you can't break free. You're a loaded gun.
On my mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That goes in the night house.
Toxic Commando. So it's World War Z first person?
Yeah, that's kind of. It's done that slightly jarring thing where when it switched from like CGI to gameplay in engine footage, the quality is a noticeable quality drop.
Oh yeah. I kind of
I
dig it
almost
still.
wish, yeah. Back for Blood 2, Back to Blood.
Toxic Commando.
John Carpenter's Toxic Commando.
Does the
Out
John Carpenter
2024.
name add anything to it?
No.
No, it doesn't. Does
Maybe
it
if
really?
you die-hard vintage horror fan.
And Saber with Toxic Commando, that looks tons of fun. You guys think any of those zombies made it? I don't know. All right. Well, this I guess brings the long.
I mean, they're already dead, so can they make it?
Release of Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, finally, Richie!
And today, a new member of the cast. We're about to see the reveal of Lord Enver Gortash, the commander of a mechanical army of Steel Watchers. He's a second antagonist and is voiced by a familiar name.
Roy Baker. Squidward.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Baldur's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from
Jack Black.
enemies within and without?
You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them. A new age is upon us. Gods have mercy on those
Okay.
who stand in our
Jason
way.
Isaacs.
A mad dog understands the yank of the leash and the hand of its master, but it cannot be.
Not the big name I was expecting, mind.
Can be my equal.
Star Trek fame recently.
A brittle alliance.
Is in
can
Harry
never be
Potter, who's
mended.
Malfoy's dad.
It can only break. I want to lead this city to glory, not
Good actor,
scorched
though.
earth.
He's a good actor.
I'd say he's a big name for something like Baldur's Gate.
I wish I could just get in his sound booth and just do voices and get paid.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to call you enemy. What do you say?
I think
Shall
I'd
we be
love
allies?
to give a go at voice acting again.
August 31st.
I don't think I could do like a full motion cap thing, but if it's just voice acting, I might.
You could mocap a child so you can practice for getting any Ubisoft. Oh, I feel like this game's been coming out forever.
Yeah.
Like genuinely forever. Like not in a bad way, but just a long way.
It's been on early access. I mean, it was always early access, but it feels like for me the momentum's kind of lost by the way they brought it out.
Oh, let's get the crowd going.
Sounds like you guys are a little hyped. So to tell us more is Brian Intihar, game director at Insomniac. Brian, thanks for coming by. I know you guys are. Brian, thanks so much for stopping by. I know you got a lot of work to do. Wrapping up the game, and we'll check it out in October. Thanks, Brian.
It feels that segment should just be at the PlayStation Showcase.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's take a look at Pal World, a multiplayer
and then just
open
play the
world
trailer
survival
here, then move
crafting
on.
game where you can befriend and collect mysterious creatures called Pal, who can also fight. In other words, it's kind of like Pokemon with guns. And
There's no one seen a Blastoise. Got two freaking cannons on his back.
Recreates the mythical folktales from Korea's Joseon dynasty, and some huge bosses too.
Shotguns the animal in the face.
Straight up Eevee there. That is straight up Eevee.
Power
And even
World?
that sheep.
Oh,
that
that's
sheep one.
Gyarados,
That's Gyarados.
Lapras. Yeah.
That looks like some of the fight.
Yeah.
This is just like.
Copy my homework, but change it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
my
the
word.
big like yellow thing looks like Electabuzz a bit.
Nintendo's lawyers right now are like, right.
Like, that's like Goondra or something.
Except you're absolutely like murdering them.
I swear these are not even that far off. Some Pokemon,
Reptyro, a magma-born juggernaut. I mean, I'm gonna say it, better graphics than the last Pokemon game.
That's like Keighley, like there's
Oh,
a fire lariat. Like, come on, guys.
Oh my,
Like,
that's on the nose.
That's halfway between Latios and Charizard. Like, every single one of them is like, yep, that's a Pokemon, that's a Pokemon, that's a Pokemon.
Dear me. Is this the same game?
Have you ever seen like like the Pokemon sprite where you can get like two different sprites and mix and match them? That's basically what that game's built off.
I'm guessing this isn't the same game.
I'd be surprised if it is. Did we see this at the showcase?
Possibly. I mean, that just looked like Ganon.
Yeah.
Ganondorf. Zelda, Richie.
It does look like if Ganon was a lineup.
This is the Nintendo copyright block.
Yeah.
Next game's about a plumber and his sister. Black Desert.
Black Desert.
Our story is
Oh, Return to Moria.
and elves know. It is time we told it ourselves.
Now this sounds like John Rhys Davies doing the voiceover, aka Gimli.
Yeah.
Across Middle Earth, delving for riches.
Doesn't it? That sounds like.
It sounds like someone trying to sound like him.
The greatest treasure remains out
No, I
of
think
our
it's him.
Good job.
I think it's him. He's got a very distinct voice to replicate. And that'll be a good get to give the game a bit of gravitas.
Yeah.
And this does look cool. A dungeon multiplayer.
And if John Rhys Davies is doing like the announcer on it, I could be in for
my
that.
fellow dwarves, rally together.
That's 100% him.
Time we took back our home.
Yes. This is not Daedalic. This is a different game. Although graphically, looks a lot worse than at the first look we got at last year.
No, it's not Q-Apple. It's not the other game from the
No.
from Daedalic.
Nope.
That other game is just not announced at all. Yeah.
And it probably won't see the light of day unless they legally have to.
Yeah, I think the expectation for most people is that it's like a sequel to Gollum.
I've not checked out the Samsung Gaming Hub on my Samsung Odyssey yet.
You should.
I should. But it's a PC, so I feel like I just boot up what I want to anyway through the PC. Oh, Marvel game. Oh.
Final Fantasy.
He said Marvel, didn't he?
That's Sephiroth. That's from Final Fantasy VII right there.
He did say Marvel, right? Or was just saying Marvel at?
It could be Marvel. I mean, how much more Final Fantasy 7 do you want to get?
Is this one of the remakes again?
I don't know.
For mobile? It said iOS and Android, so...
It doesn't look like exactly like Final Fantasy 7. Maybe it's like a mobile...
Well, you're our expert, so... Look at their big blocky shoes. Glenn, I saw that as well.
Is it Clive in Final Fantasy 16?
Yeah, Clive. Mobile games love a good deep CG trailer that looks nothing like the game. Ever Crisis. Which one's that? Where's that at?
I don't know.
Pre-registration for Final
It's iOS,
Fantasy VII
Android.
Ever Crisis has just started, and users will have the chance to participate in
But
an
like
upcoming closed
Sephiroth
beta
like CGI
test.
mode looks like
Now,
it's straight from
speaking
the
of
Final Fantasy like 7 remake game.
Mm.
No. Today during Summer Game Fest, DoorDash has your back. You can get a free burrito when you order from Taco Bell using the code GameFest.
We can't,
Plus, get the
Richie.
chance to
Where's
win
the
a
UK?
Final
Where's our
Fantasy
Just Eat
16 prize pack.
offer?
DoorDash, stay in your game. Yep, we got you. All right. Now here's a look at a game we debuted last year at TGA. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden, the story of 2 ghost hunters in the haunted wilds of North America.
Focus having a big focus here at the Game
I suppose
Game Fest.
Sony having their own thing, Xbox having their own thing, Ubisoft having their own thing.
This is Don't Nod's
Oh,
game.
this,
Yeah,
yeah.
we like the look of this one, if I remember.
This is like the least
Ghost
Don't Nod
Hunters,
game I've
Ghost
ever
Hunters,
seen.
weren't there?
Suffering for those who live.
Who are you gonna call?
Don't
Bring
Nod.
closure to those who don't. I want us back, Red. I want revenge on what killed me. I want to live.
This looks cool.
As the man says, we face a choice, simple and awful. I banish you. Death to the dead. Do we kill? To be together again.
Or do we part?
That guy has deep-seated problems.
Come out.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, come on, show yourself.
Red.
Yeah, wee bastard.
Every bloody time.
That's a monster. Banishers. Ghost of New Eden. Does it need the subtitle?
I think if they're just planning to like keep the franchise going.
Yakuza?
Yakuza. Oh, what? They don't call it Yakuza anymore, do they? Ishin or something. Like a Dragon.
Yeah, Like a Dragon is just the franchise, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like these put games out at such a clip. I feel like I didn't know them. Not just this franchise. We had Judgment and then Judgment 2. This might be Judgment 3. Lost Judgment, sorry.
Lost Judgment. But we did have Ishin Like a Dragon announced. We had one of the
Kiwami.
the historical one.
Yeah.
Kiwami's the
Zero.
remix.
Zero or something in there.
I did try to play a bit of Yakuza. It just didn't really click for me.
Big Matrix 3 vibes.
Yeah.
All the Agent Smiths standing around him.
They reused it well for a lot of them, yeah. I suppose when you set a game, when you set a game in Tokyo, and then you set the next game in Tokyo, how much do you need to recreate it?
Yeah. What's
Like,
your name?
As long as they do interesting stuff, like Tears of the Kingdom did some interesting stuff with recreating Hyrule.
Like a Dragon Gaiden.
Yeah.
The man who erased his name.
Yeah, like Miles Morales, and I'm guessing Spider-Man 2 has changed things up enough.
Good morning, Stanley. It is 7:32 a.m. I hope you have a productive day.
Change username to just Stan.
Adjusting morning wake up. Good morning, just Stan.
Base to capsule 12.
Quantic Dream.
You there, Stan?
Yeah.
So it's the first game since Detroit Become Human.
Do you think that's a nod to Stan Lee?
Haha. No,
Because he, like, with him changing his name to just Stan?
I don't think so.
How long has it been now? 3 years.
See you.
2 months and 17 days.
Oh, don't go better sleep in your wetsuit, man. You get trench foot.
Well, if it's just you on your
This
own.
is not in your feet. Yeah, but you'll get trench foot in places that aren't your feet.
Trench crotch.
Trench crotch.
This doesn't make sense. Is someone else down here?
Oh no, he's gone crazy.
No.
Isolation.
Are you there?
Under the waves. Shout out to the Little Mermaid.
It's a beautiful
Quite a
new
few
game.
cross-gens
Under the
games
Waves,
still
and
coming
today,
out.
incidentally, is World Ocean Day. Fun fact. All right, next.
Ooh, as if they got a couple of
There's
oohs.
a new Call of Duty coming this fall, along with Warzone Mobile.
Duty.
Today, we're going to give you the first ever look at Season 4
Sorry.
of Modern Warfare 2 Warzone, launching next
We
week.
should play
Here's your
Warzone on the
first
channel
look
at one point.
Bondo,
It's
a
free.
new Warzone
We should.
location with points of
And like
interest,
we all of us
castle,
have
soccer
kind of
stadium,
nostalgia
and
buried
abandoned zoo.
in Call of Duty.
all
I've played
happening.
many
Check
of
it
them.
out.
Yeah.
I've just fell out of interest of it.
Yeah.
And I bet I'm terrible, but
Yeah, we should play Warzone.
still one of the biggest games in the world.
Like, literally in actual size in terms of downloads as well.
Oh yeah. Vondel.
That's one we definitely would need to schedule in so we literally have time to go through our PlayStations, our Xboxes.
Oh yeah.
And actually download it and like make space. Because isn't it something like 150 gig or something?
I don't even know at this
Massive.
point. It's definitely a game that will benefit from a cloud version.
Yeah. If only the CMA would just let Activision be bought by Xbox, then you probably would end up with a cloud version.
Now, if you took the Call of Duty branding away from this game, and it was like a new title from someone we didn't know,
The boys.
would it land with as much impact? Yeah, I feel like it's just because it's Call of Duty became such a big thing unto itself. It just perpetually brings an audience because of its name. But if you were like, oh, this is a new game from whoever,
75 years old today, and to celebrate their
I don't
contributions
see, I'm
to
looking
the
at watching that
automotive
trailer and
gaming
going,
space, and we've all
okay, it's
raced
another
through
season of
9/11
Call of Duty
at some
Warzone.
point
It's
at a
like,
game. Xbox has teamed
but it
up with
didn't
Porsche
really
for
show
a limited
anything, really.
edition
No.
run of 75 consoles inspired by 6 famous Porsche race cars.
why a
I'm
Porsche?
thrilled to debut
Here.
the first design here today, inspired by the Porsche
The
963
Xbox
that's racing
Porsche.
this weekend at the 100th running of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Let's take a look.
My wife's dad's going to Le Mans this week.
Oh. Very nice.
Oh, it was Xbox. I was right.
You're actually right.
I mean, they're so big on Forza as well. I mean, this could look cool, but I won't get it. It's a very niche,
You know, if
niche
you were a massive
crossover.
racing game fan, getting a Porsche Forza Xbox would be.
It would be
that'd
cool,
fun.
yeah. Does it come with Forza? I mean, that. See, I didn't need
No, that's not that's not good.
collection. Damn, there it is. That's
I hate that so in so many ways.
that is not refined like a Porsche.
Like, now, as an adult, I don't want that in my living room.
I don't like the big 75.
I don't like the stripes. I like my console subtle.
That is not.
That's why I don't like it. That's why I don't like the PS5. I don't think it looks good.
Oh, Richie, I think we're in the rough. I think we're in the rough segment of the showcase.
Like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. Previously announced for
Lean back,
Nintendo
enjoy it.
Switch, there's now some exciting news for PC players too. Let's take a look at Fae Farm.
Do we have to?
Life in Azoria's been treating me well.
Oof.
It's even over the PS5.
Days pass so quickly.
I agree.
I like the PS5. It fits very nicely in my. It's a room of white and grey aesthetic.
It looks all. I mean, it's not on camera, but because it's just cropped out. But it looks all right on my shelving unit behind me. But then this is like the nerdiest room in my house. I hate the look. I hated it in my living room.
There's something more.
Sorry, we'll be getting a Pro next year.
I won't be buying one, probably.
Realms where magic comes to
Inlead in the chat. Inlead, you've joined us at the most exciting game of the showcase. This has got you written all over it.
So, what do you say? There's so much yet to
I want a Fair Farm Pro gaming monitor made from all of the collectibles in this title. That got a big cheer. Very surprising.
We promise variety. There it is. Fae Farm and Mortal Kombat.
Yes, Geoff,
in the
variety.
same show, only at Summer Game Fest. Now, please welcome Ben Brode, Chief Development Officer and flannel enthusiast at Second Dinner, the developers behind the popular collectible card game Marvel Snap. What's up, Ben?
Oh, Richie, Marvel Snap.
Man, you guys have been
Dude, are you going to play it finally?
The Game Awards when you won Best Mobile Game. Seems like
I
you've
have
been very busy.
zero interest in it.
Spider-Verse content you've been doing. Lots going on over there, right?
I can see how that doesn't fit Cube Apple.
Exciting. We've been doing a bunch of new features, some of the wildest cards we've ever made.
Jesus, he's definitely the guy from the advert.
New game modes.
Yeah, see, I was just about to mention, like, it was how much I couldn't go on YouTube without seeing this guy. He seems like a nice guy. I got sick of seeing his face.
Coming next week. It's Conquest mode. It's a
I do feel like Geoff is slightly intimidated by the size of this guy. It is the loudness of his voice.
But you don't have to wait till next week. If you haven't tried Marvel Snap, go down
His size matches his enthusiasm.
It does. It does.
I respect it.
I love the enthusiasm.
You know what?
It was annoying when it's just rammed down your throat.
You're made for YouTube. All right. Well,
It's such a good time with Marvel Snap. I didn't and thoroughly enjoyed Marvel Snap. I actually put money into Marvel Snap. But then, like most things, I got bored and I moved on. It didn't grip me for as long as I'd hoped. The season stuff, I think when the first season reset, I was like, I've got to start again. Not again fully, but try it again.
And I like to think it's
He
because
is a
they
half-stone
suck.
guy.
No offense, Geoff.
But
sometimes
Reminds me of.
I think now he's very much the Marvel Snap guy.
A little bit unlucky.
Cue the
I think
tape.
he only has one shirt.
No.
Oh, snap.
That
You
voice.
think he's like a comic book character where he's just got like 10 of the same shirt?
That's fine. I'll see what I draw in future turns. Anyway, let's reveal the first location.
Lamuntis 1. Each player destroys their deck.
Okay, I guess I will work with what I have. I'll play Medusa on location number 2. She gets +2 power.
Medusa?
Location.
Clover
As a
Ding-
cow?
It's Medusa in the game, so.
Destroying your cow.
Okay, well, I mean, 25% isn't that bad. And it's gone. Okay, well, I have some
Yeah, that's just
powerful
this comedy skit
cards.
based on Marvel Snap.
See the next location.
I don't know.
The Big Bar. Players cannot play 4, 5, or 6 cost cows.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's
Also, if you
Movable
don't play a
Snap.
card this turn, you have 0 friends.
No, you're just...
I mean, it's random, but
Yeah.
we got some chuckles. I might check out Marvel Snap again.
Still to come, we're going to look at Immortals of Avium from EA Originals and Ascendant and the world premiere first look at Chapter 4, Season 3 of Fortnite Wilds. Now, if you're looking for the smartest way to level up your gaming this
Half an
summer,
hour
compare
left.
top credit cards side by side with NerdWallet.
Get your
What
Nerd
we did
Wallet.
is Fortnite Wild,
rewards
when
on
it came up saying
everything
like
from
Fortnite
Wi-Fi
Wild
to
and just like
headsets.
expanded to
Now,
Breath
here's a look
of
at
the,
King Arthur
and it's like a
Legends
crossover
Rise,
with Legend of Zelda.
UE5
I'm not
games
sure.
Because that would be a really hype thing that they
fantasy
could
squad
probably
RPG
pull off.
adventure that is available to pre-register.
Although with Breath of the Wild not being the newest Zelda game, it's unlikely now. But
Yeah, play on words doesn't quite work.
yeah,
Where are we
Fortnite
at?
Breath of the Wild.
Will do.
I have sacrificed everything to save your kind. From an ancient evil.
So this is the EA Originals, Ethereum. Pillars of Ethereum, was it? Forgot already.
Yeah,
Of your legacy.
actual gameplay footage.
It looks more like a Square Enix thing.
King Arthur mobile.
Wayfinders, do you remember the fall? The gloom descended on Skylight. You rallied to protect the beacon and paid a terrible price. You fell, and the world was broken. Remember who you were, who you are, and return to us. This world needs champions.
Are you getting a bit stale on the bright colours used in everything nowadays?
I never liked it to begin with. Like,
Wayfinder.
there's a few games that do it well, but most games looks like a cheap copy.
Mm.
And I mean, it's one of them for me. It's like as soon as I see it, it's like an eye roll moment. You've immediately lost my interest, and now you're fighting to get me back. So
Okay.
Like,
What about a cartoony art style then?
I mean, this is Fortnite, so
This is Fortnite. You know, credit where credit's due for Fortnite. They made that art style their own.
yeah. See, I can
And
forgive
everyone
Fortnite
copied.
because
It's
they,
theirs.
yeah,
Although they do seem to be branching out environmentally now.
yeah.
Oh. Here we go. Season. Did it say season 4?
Chapter 4, Season 7, Part 2, Alpha. Just whatever it is.
Hmm. I agree, Cube
Well, that's
Apple.
space. This could be a Rob game.
Rob's too busy playing Starship Troopers.
Still
What do you
RS
say, guys?
Nexus.
One more game?
Good morning, scavenger.
Are you surprised it's Paradox?
To retrieve and recycle
No.
anything that could be of value to Scavex.
Space Trash Scavenger.
Captain's log, stardate 43152.
This is just the Paradox section.
Star Trek.
Our fleet is cautiously entering hostile territory.
Uh-oh.
And the crew is
many
standing by.
Rises do you need?
It's an Xbox 360.
Do you think that looks like an Xbox 360 like advert?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Except for it's the cube. It's not the Death Star, it's the Death Cube.
Yeah, Cube Apple saying like the show's definitely waning a bit. Geoff Keighley knows what he's doing. These are the games that are like paying for the showcase.
Yeah.
Like, and he knows if you're this deep, you're gonna watch it to the end.
It's Will Arnett here. Yeah. Right? My buddy Anthony Mackie and I have been working on this for some time now. We're really excited to share.
It's Sweet 2 Twisted Metal.
Which
Yeah.
is streaming only on Peacock starting July.
Don't show us a trailer for Twisted Metal. It'll do us over again.
Look, Peacock is a terrible name for a channel.
Sweet
It is.
Tooth, who I had the pleasure of voicing. Hope you enjoy it. Check it out.
This is gonna be fun.
Swung a little wide there. Well, aren't we a tall glass of water?
Why does Sweet Tooth look animated?
I'm more of a Hawaiian punch. I'm guessing you don't fight much outside of your car now, do you?
Look, clown, I don't need 4 wheels to kick your ass.
Is this a CGI trailer for a live action like TV show?
No, this is just a Peacock show.
Any chance we can get this back in the cars?
How about a little kill music?
Richie?
Yeah.
The Last of Us.
Jumps like a truck. That's like what? All night long.
Twisted Metal.
Let me see that
What am I watching here? Like, I like Anthony Mackie.
Baby, let your booty go. Girl, you want to show?
This feels like they've offered him a massive bag of cash. Like a really big one.
I listened to Unleash the Dragon so many times the disc broke. I'm not a liar.
You said you were coming to my show, and then you shot at me.
It was a misunderstanding. I've been getting shot at ever since I can remember. It's forced habit, I guess.
Sounds like you have trust issues.
That's the bit they chose to show.
Nothing to do with the vehicles that the game's known for.
Yeah. That was rough.
Dreamt of duplicating oneself in order to multitask. This new hack and slash game with a tactical twist allows you to do just that. Brought to you from France, here's the world premiere reveal trailer of Lisfunga, the time shift warrior, coming later this year to PC.
Goddess of time.
Receive my light, Lisfunga. Let this power flow through you.
Lisfunga.
And fight again alongside your past selves.
It's go time.
Lisfunga, Sands of Time.
That's another move.
You know what games I really like that? Just reminded me of the Lara Croft Temple of Osiris. That was really fun.
You know what? This looks in that kind of vein, like it's not going
Action
to be
puzzle
10,
solving.
but it can be a solid 8.
It could also be a mobile
Are we going
game.
to do a Twisted Metal cast for this? I have absolutely zero intention of ever watching that show.
Same. We don't even have confirmation of where it's at to watch in the UK
No.
or Europe. It's just Peacock in the States only. Lisfunga.
Onwards. I can feel that there are more.
Yes. Come on, Geoff. I think that's about it.
Cool independent game.
Yeah,
All right,
come on.
next
So
up
it's
is a brand new IP from Ascendant Studios, a single-player, first-person magic shooter called Immortals of Avium. It's fast and fluid.
So
it's
an EA
FPS,
original.
a fantasy setting, kind of like Doom with magic. It
That's
also
what I
has a
said.
Great cast led by Darren Barnett as the main character Jack.
Great
Who
cast.
joins us now. Hey, Darren.
Hey guys.
So
Great
ray
to have you
casting
with
is
us.
like ray tracing,
This
but like
is such
taking up another
a cool
level,
game, super high production value, spectacular gameplay. Tell
which
us about
means
the
it's
guy
going to be
you
like
play. You're the main
20
character,
years
Jack,
before anyone
right?
has actually
I'm playing
experienced
the
it on
main
console.
character Jack, as seen behind me. He's a battle mage that controls all 3 forms of magic, triple threat. He's brash, he's funny, but he gets the job done.
Well, it's the gameplay, as we've seen, is just so fast-paced. There's so much action in it, with all the spells, the spell casting, and the magic. What can you tell us about the story and sort of how this battle mage Jack comes in? He sort of becomes a battle mage, right?
Yeah, he kind of.
What's with these fantastical magical worlds and calling people Jack or Clive
but he,
or Geoff
during a
or Alan
time of
Wake?
intense trauma, he summons
Like,
the power to
just be a little bit more creative.
Becomes part of the Immortals, which
John
is like the elite
Smith
Navy SEAL
and the
squad
magic
of this world called
world.
Avium, and they are in the middle of an Everwar
Avium.
fighting for the control of magic.
Okay. You have a great cast. Gina Torres in it. Lots of amazing actors in this incredible.
You said that
really
cute
high
about like
production
Jeff always
value
front loads of
game,
shows
that's
apart
coming
aside
out this
from one last
summer.
thing.
We don't have to wait long.
Some
for it.
magic doesn't even have a
And I
one
know
last
you brought
thing.
something.
Oh,
The last few
Game
shows
Awards.
they just went in the
gameplay
whimper.
sequence, which is one of the most epic sort of parts of the game, right?
Yeah, so this is a wild part of the game. This trailer is going to be showing you the
It's
Immortal
because he
and
knows
myself
he's got you. If you're over an hour
Sandra
in, you're still
directly,
watching.
who is
You know
the
he
top
knows you're here
villain
for
of this game, and trying
Absolutely.
to end the Everwar. And it's taking place in like one of the most badass levels of a video game I've seen. We're battling on top of a 400-foot mech in the middle of the ocean as it moves around. It's wild. So let's take a look.
All right, let's take a look at some brand new gameplay from Immortals of Avium, which comes out this summer for PC, PS5, and
Not
Xbox.
the sequel to Immortals Phoenix Rising. Just want to clarify that for anyone out there.
Sandrax literally pushed us to the edge. Everyone that can fight already is.
Ascendant Studio.
And we're still losing.
EA Originals.
It's in the game.
I hope it is. What?
Welcome aboard, Immortal. What's our bearing, sir?
North by northeast, 5 knots.
We'll catch him.
You're not on a boat.
Oh, we've got some kind of steampunk aesthetics going on there. Inside a giant mech. Right about the production value. Looks good.
Yeah, this looks cool. You know what? This could be awesome in VR.
Yeah, first person lends itself very nicely.
Imagine Ghostwire Tokyo doing all the weird hand symbols and stuff. And like VR. How cool would that be?
Absolutely. So again, we said in the earlier last week's preview is like Ghostwire Tokyo-esque meets Doctor Strange almost.
Yeah.
And you played Ghostwire Tokyo. There's a first look up on the channel now.
I did. Very fun game.
Fossil. Defend the heart of the Colossi.
You know what? It's amazing how much Doom 2016's influenced gaming. When you look at games like this, just like how fluid they are, like that was like considering Doom was in a rough place before that game's done very well. One of the few franchises I think you can honestly say has reinvented video games several times.
Yeah. This being one of them. I'd definitely say don't play this game before bedtime, because the amount of like bright lights and colours and flashing is like isn't just overstimulate your brain. Like nothing.
Yeah, maybe like read a book or something after this before you go to bed for an hour.
So this is the second EA originals we've seen like this last year, isn't it? We got this, and then we got Wild Hearts as well from Koei Tecmo partnership. Interesting EA playing publishers, like they used to years ago.
July 20. Oh wow,
that's soon.
July 20th.
Love that we get to show you guys so much amazing raw gameplay today, and that game looks incredible. Coming out this summer from Ascendant and EA. Now, one game that constantly reinvents itself is Fortnite, and tomorrow, Chapter 4 Season 3 Wilds launches, and today, Summer Game Fest is debuting the cinematic trailer to preview the season.
Chapter 4 Season 3.
Has collapsed, revealing
yeah,
a vast
7.
Hidden jungle with
Millennium
secrets to
2.
discover. And of course, there's a whole new battle pass lineup where you can unleash the power, yes, of Cybertron. Here we go.
What? Like that fish guy is always still in it. Remember it was the banana guy for the longest of time?
Yeah.
Now it's the fish guy.
We had a Fortnite ad, and now we're getting a trailer. A CGI trailer.
Fish guy? I mean, a little bit late for Jurassic World crossover. I mean, that's looking very Jurassic World with the ride and the raptors.
Fortnite, nothing's ever too late.
No, nothing's doesn't have to be. I mean, the sound effects are Jurassic World sound effects for the raptors anyway.
It's a blue raptor. It's Jurassic World.
We go on Jumanji. We go on Tomb Raider. We go on Uncharted. What are we doing? The Wilds.
What would you do if it was just like there's a guy stood there turning around, it's Nick Cage?
I mean, why not? I mean, Indiana Jones is out later this month. Transformers, of course, it's Transformers.
Yeah.
Oh, he did say Cybertron actually.
Yeah.
Autobots. Mini Prime. Kind of looks like Baby Groot. Jurassic Park 30th anniversary, that is true. I have tickets to go see Jurassic Park in concert later this year, actually, Richie.
Ah, awesome.
Slightly.
I've always wanted to see the Lord of the Rings one.
Yeah, the tickets are so expensive, though.
Fortnite Wilds launches tomorrow. Well, finally,
Sound thrilled about that, Geoff.
Time to get to our grand finale.
Yeah, come on.
And it is a deep honor for me to present this game. What you're about to see is a world premiere trailer that gives us a new look at an expansive world we can't wait to explore again. This game
Death Stranding
comes from a
2.
studio that surprised the world and redefined the RPG
Yeah,
genre
I think so.
with its iconic characters and rich storytelling. And I want to thank them for this trailer for one of gaming's most anticipated upcoming releases. The rumors were true.
What were the rumors?
We're still here at the scene of this.
Oh no! Oh, is it second one?
Massive tornado which swept through
Rebirth.
0, 1, and 2. Amidst the wreckage of
I was going to say, like, is Death Stranding 2 one of the most sought after games? Wait, that's Tifa. Interesting.
Wow. Just look at it all. It's so green. Even after everything we've done to it, it's still going strong.
It may look that way, but in reality, it's barely hanging on.
Talk me through it, Richie. What am I seeing here?
I was wondering, what's
So,
been doing these past
in
5
Final
years?
Fantasy VII, the first part of the game is set in Midgar, which is like Cyberpunk City, you know, and then you go into like the open world section, like in the part in the original games, like proper like top down open world, like random battle sort of stuff.
And they're chocobos, right?
And it looks like we're going to it looks like this is where we're going to explore that part of the world.
And this is the game spread out, it's split into 3 now. So one game into
I believe
3.
so.
This is the second one.
I'll be honest, my knowledge beyond Midgar is limited because I played Final Fantasy VII a long time ago, once.
Shadows of the man.
And then I played the remake. So my knowledge of the first half of the game is very much stronger than after that.
Whatever happened, he's alive.
But why come back now? After 5 years, doing who knows what?
Voldemort.
Well now, think we woke it up.
Angered it, more like.
Feast your eyes on the Turk's latest and greatest, Elena.
She may be new, but she's still a Turk.
Still what?
A turd.
I thought you said a turd.
No. So Shinra are kind of like the corporate overlords of the world, like
Right.
like employ the Turks to like do shady shit, basically.
Okay. And that's Red, the tigery thing.
Yeah, Red 13.
We got like a Rocket Raccoon situation going on with him, or?
I can't remember actually. I've been tempted to look it up the law for 13, but it's like I kind of want to save it. I'm in that nice place where I know it a bit, but I've forgotten a lot because I played it as a kid. So I'm trying to preserve my lack of knowledge, so I can almost like get a proper re-experience of the story.
You murdered my dad. You burned my village.
You know that I killed her.
Just leave go of the sword.
So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is this spoilers for the first part?
No.
Okay.
Nothing I saw in there was from the first part.
On 2 discs.
Yeah. Classic Final Fantasy.
There you have it. That was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming early 2024 to PlayStation 5. Nomura-san, thank you so much. All right.
Oh, I downloaded it.
Do it for Summer
It came
Game
to
Fest,
I
our
got
live showcase, but that is
it
not
came to
the
PS
end
Plus and then I got
of Summer
Rebirth
Game Fest. Stay tuned this weekend
integrated.
for
So
updates on many more
I do
games
have
during
the disc,
SGF
but
Play Days
on the
and hands-on
PS5 I
events
actually
from
just got the
media here in
download
Los
version
Angeles,
now.
including Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, as well as the Xbox and Bethesda showcase on Sunday.
Sarge left a
Right
Prince of
now, though,
Persia.
stay tuned
Has
for
he
Day
missed
of the
much?
Devs from I Am 8-Bit and Double Fine.
I mean, a lot of
Celebrates
announcements and reveals.
independent game culture with a number
You missed
of new
Fortnite.
game reveals over the next hour. We'll see you this summer, later this summer on August 22nd for Gamescom opening night live in Germany, and again in December when we come together here in Los Angeles to celebrate 10 years of the Game Awards. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Anyone Final Fantasy? Okay.
So, Summer Game Fest there with Geoff Keighley rounding it out. A couple of game announcements. Obviously, we had the PlayStation Showcase last week. Was it just last week? Feels like a little bit longer ago. And now we've got this. We're followed by the Xbox Showcase this coming Sunday, followed by the Ubisoft Forward on the Monday. Richie, overall thoughts on this year's Summer Game Fest opening night live?
The first half was stronger than the second. It did kind of just get it just got lost in a lot of mobile games and just like, yes, there's games coming out, but they're just game. It's like one of them. Yeah, this game's coming out, and then you just move on. A lot of games where I think in like a couple of years' time will just completely be forgotten about.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's some good stuff there.
Yeah, I think
some stuff we knew about beforehand, but
yeah, strong showcase of fighting games right at the start, as you said, opening up with the likes of Mortal Kombat, some Street Fighter teasers. I think the biggest thing for me that I got out of this was probably Alan Wake. Was the biggest enticement for me. Overall showcase, not really doing it for me, if I'm honest. There was nothing really in there that really got me out. As someone who's not really like a massive Final Fantasy fan, as you know, the grand finale at the end, I would have personally preferred Death Stranding tease, just because I could maybe relate to it a bit more.
As someone who's not interested in Death Stranding, I actually think I would prefer the Death Stranding tease.
Interesting.
Because we know Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had.
I think that's because this is part 2 of a game. I think at this point you're already sold on it, are you not?
Absolutely.
Death Stranding 2 being a new game is like, okay, I might be interested.
There's a little bit more to it, yeah. We got Sonic. Sonic looked cool. New one, Sonic. Yeah. I think off the back of, I said Alan Wake, we've already mentioned that. Lots of stuff from Focus Home Entertainment, as Cube Apple says as well. Didn't really, I feel like that it was limited because of the Xbox thing on Sunday and Ubisoft, which did bring Prince of Persia, which looked great. I think that was a great solid opening for the show. Because that's on Monday, and then we had the PlayStation one last week.
It's a hard showcase.
It is, yeah. I don't think
they've done their thing. Xbox have got their thing, but Xbox is not going to give them like Starfield.
Absolutely not.
Like Nintendo might have dropped 1 or 2 inconsequential things, but they're probably going to save up themselves for a direct. Ubisoft have got their own thing coming. Everyone's doing their own thing now. This is one of the reasons why E3 died.
Yeah, E3 indeed. Yeah, I don't think they give Geoff that much this year. I think he was probably lucky to get some of the things he did get. But a lot of studios out there, a lot more games to talk about. Do let us know in the chat what your thoughts are on the overall showcase. Obviously, Geoff, as he said, he'll be back at Gamescom later on this August for opening night live. And then he'll be back again with the Game Awards later in the year. There is continued showcase stuff heading on. As you can see here, Dave the Dev's kicking off. There's plenty of other things sticking around. We'll be here on the channel, of course, covering it on all of our many shows and many of our podcasts. Kicking things off, we should point out, Richie, after this week's Xbox Showcase, we're holding off on recording X-Pass this week, so Monday's episode will be pretty much live reactions immediately after the show of our thoughts and impressions and all the announcements. So we'll break that down. That goes up on YouTube, of course, Monday morning. So pretty much you watch the showcase with us, go to bed, and then wake up and the podcast will be there, and Richie will be very, very tired from editing into the night.
Yeah, because the showcase starts about 6 o'clock in the UK. We know it finishes about 8 o'clock. Then by the time we've got to record X-Pass immediately after, and then I've got to edit it. So it's probably going to be a late one for me.
Burning the midnight
so I hope you
oil.
appreciate it.
Burning the midnight oil, yeah. Of course, they always appreciate it, Richie. They always appreciate it. And yes, as we said, then we've got Ubisoft following, so we'll have the Ubisoft coverage on the Monday. Talking the PS will be up. We'll probably break down a lot of this news from this showcase in Talking the PS. They go in a bit more detail. We've got a couple of bits of information from Spider-Man and, of course, Final Fantasy being a PlayStation 5 exclusive. A couple of details there to talk about and get into with myself, Richie, and Rob. And of course, if you've not checked it out already, Amazon Luna, the news will not be on Luna Listening. It will be next month, but we did get a couple of announcements teased throughout there for Amazon Luna. We'll compile that list and we'll break it all down for you. But thank you for tuning in to Summer Game Fest with myself, Chris, and my lovely man of many pixels, Richie. We'll be back on Sunday at 6 p.m. British summertime. I was going to say standard time. British standard time or summertime? Summertime.
It's summertime.
Summertime, because it is nice and sunny out there in the wonderful world of video games. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name's been Chris.
And I've been Richie.
We've been Helix Plays Games covering Summer Game Fest. Enjoy the games out there. Enjoy your summer, folks, and we'll see you on the next one. And play wherever makes you the happiest. Take care.